Today, I'm going to take you on an adventure through the French Alps, a more extreme way of backpacking through Europe, one that will require a lot of grit and most of all, a lot of walking. Okay, so over the past few months, we've been preparing to hike 100 miles through the French Alps. It's a route known as the Tour du Mont Blanc. It winds through 3 countries, France, Italy, and Switzerland, crossing 10 major mountain summits. Our goal was to complete it in 10 days with a group of 11 people. The route is known for brutal ascents, stunning alpine passes, and quiet towns nestled between the peaks, a hike that's equal parts punishing and rewarding. I actually first heard about it in 2021 while through hiking the John Muir Trail. A couple I met told me it's the kind of trek where you wake up in France with a croissant, hike over a mountain, and end your day in Italy with a cold beer. And honestly, that's all it took. I was in. The next year, my dad and I collected as many friends and family as we could who were willing to hike 100 miles. It was actually easier to find those people than you'd think. My dad, who just turned 70, was the catalyst for the trip and the master strategist. Then there's my partner Sean, who had heard me talk for many years about thru hiking and is finally doing his first trip. Then there's my brother, who is mostly here to prove a point. As my younger brother, it's his sole duty to make sure I'm slower than him. Patrick and Susie, Sean's loving parents, who are also on their very first trek. Harry, the oldest of our group, but not to be mistaken with the slowest. Carl, who moves like a machine. Sean R., who is probably most likely related to a golden retriever. Lisa, who knew the trail with the precision of the Swiss train schedule. And Steve, our designated philosopher. And myself, who has been looking for a good excuse to leave my current work situation. Which makes for our group of 11. We came to hike across the Alps. Now that you have been properly introduced to everyone, let's start with day 1, in the lovely town of Laouche, France.
Folks, welcome to day 1. Here we are in Laouche, and ready for our initial hike up the road here. We get on the gondola, we go up and over, and away we go. So, as we say here in France, allons-y. Alrighty, thank you.
Hey, Dad.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm okay. Oh, good. I live for this.
We're in the gondola.
What is a gondola?
It's like a gondola, but gondola.
No matter how many times I do one of these long distance treks, I always seem to forget how difficult the first few days are. I am at a level on my hiking where I'm expecting it to be difficult and I know that I can push through. I think we're doing Col de Tricot. So we're gonna take the Miage route and do the pass.
Are you stoked?
I'm stoked.
You stoked on camera, Mia?
I'm stoked!
Whoa, look at it!
As exciting the beginning of an adventure is, there was still one major thing I wasn't prepared for. I had never hiked with this many people. I didn't have enough foresight to realize that everybody would have vastly different paces or experience with alpine backcountry.
Dude, that moved a lot.
You see, Sean's family was really enthusiastic. This would be their first time to Europe, and I was so grateful to have been their introduction. But when me, Carl, and my brother crested our first summit, we didn't realize just how far ahead we had gotten. One by one, the group had started to trickle up. There was Harry, Steve, but Sean and his family were further behind. After waiting an hour at the summit, most of the group decided to descend for lunch. This is when responsibility started to weigh on me. When their family finally summited, Sean quickly decided to descend with me. We were getting pretty hungry, and most people were already headed down to the closest refuge.
Mia, what are those? Happy cows. Way up there. That's the crib, the crest, the cridge.
That's my crib.
That's the cridge, the Creston Ridge, the crested ridge.
Saddle.
You're a saddle.
Hikers. Chateau Mirage. Chalet. Beautiful. Look at this beautiful.
Amazing, no?
Okay. We're just gonna let it sit down now. You're just gonna enjoy it.
Sure.
Leave the pickles.
Take your pickles and
These are pretty happy cows.
The reality had very quickly started to settle. The rest of the group decided to head down into Contamines, while I stuck back with Sean and his family, who were really starting to struggle with the long downhill ahead. The 4,000-foot descent with rocky terrain made for a technical climb, and if I wasn't feeling guilty enough, our hotel reservation was a 30-minute walk outside of Contamines, where I also led everyone down the wrong path.
You got it, Bob. Take it slow.
It became clear to me, Sean, and his parents that we were going to have to reevaluate our plan for day 2. Patrick and Susie had made the difficult decision to stay back with Lisa, who had planned shuttles for this portion of the trail. Logistically, today posed the biggest challenge. It was more important that they join us for the rest of the trip than make sure they do this one day. And one more pretty important fact that I forgot to mention. Sean has type 1 diabetes. This meant Sean and I would be solely focused on one thing.
I'm eating sugar because I'm a diabetic.
How is it going?
I'm low.
We are in Contamine, or just outside of Contamine.
4,000 feet of vertical.
Hot.
Which is a bunch. The crew's hanging in there. A couple of them are shuttling around and meeting us for another long day tomorrow.
Today we would be summiting Col de Bonhomme with the expectation of a 4,000-foot incline and a 4,000-foot decline. All of that on top of 12 miles of hiking. The group collectively decided to take it slow,
Go ahead.
although everyone was a little bit worried about Sean. And I actually think that this day is best told by Sean himself.
It was long and tall, very high up. The motto, for me personally, was endless suffering, but in a good way.
Happy suffering.
Happy, well, it's happy once you are okay with the endless suffering. Then it's like, well,
Embrace the suffering.
this is just how it goes.
You might be surprised to learn that, despite my totally positive motto, I was having a bad time. That day was probably the hardest of the whole trip, and it was before I had gotten the hang of the endurance aspect, but what really crushed me was my diabetes. I didn't know yet how to manage my blood sugar with all-day cardio, and I had accidentally ended up essentially starving my cells of energy for the whole hike. I was feeling truly the worst I'd ever felt physically. The tough hike, paired with my diabetes mistakes, made finishing that day brutal. Everything was screaming at me to stop, and there was definitely a part of me that wanted to just skip the next few days, but I had to at least finish that day.
Quick 3 sentences on how your day was.
Oh yeah, okay. Sentences need a subject and an object, so it was long. I am tired. It is pretty. I kept being like, this is awful. I feel nauseous and I can't breathe, and I want to just lay down and curl up in a ball.
Yep, I did it. I broke him. At this point, I thought that I had ruined the trip for his entire family. I knew that through hiking was hard, but it was harder for me coming from 10 years of experience to put myself in his shoes. Luckily, tomorrow was something that everyone was looking forward to.
Morning, fellow hikers. So take a shower.
Yeah.
Your bed head is okay. The cow look is fine. It's all part of the process. You can see here we're traveling. We're making sure we're crossing the valley. We're gonna go to Italy.
Italy.
Molto bene.
Lots of pasta.
Lots of pasta. When we go, I'm only getting pasta.
Everybody was going to bite the bullet today. The route into Italy took Col de Seine, which is not the biggest mountain on our trek, but definitely no easy feat. And after the last day, I was still nervous for Sean. A sugar break? Sugar break. We had learned a lot from the ordeal of day 2. Understanding his sugar levels was a huge learning curve for us. And on top of that, his parents would be back on trail today along with Lisa.
That's my parents. Look at them climbing. Look how far they've climbed. That's a long way.
Now we're in Italy. When I crossed into Italy, I decided to interview a couple people.
Where are we actually? What is the point? We're in Italy. We're going into Italy. We're going to Italy. Carl and I were the first ones. As always, yeah. Mont Blanc just right there.
Hello, friends. Enjoying a lovely day, top of the pass. We just sort of set a pace, just started walking, and it kind of naturally took its course. Just
Hiker's
happened
high?
that way. Hiker's high, maybe.
Could be.
But it was small steps. It wasn't meant to be an aggressive climb today.
We didn't even go that fast, honestly.
No, we did not.
And then I thought, what better way to spend our day crossing into Italy than to ask a couple questions? Most notably, why everyone was doing this hard trek.
Because I love my friends and my family, and I can beat them all.
I did this because I couldn't resist the call of adventure, and because I love Matthew's family and friends.
Be with our boy for one.
An opportunity to be with you guys.
Yes.
I've seen more in 3 days than I've seen in probably 30 years.
I don't know, makes you happy. I'm like happy all the time just being out here.
Yeah.
I can't stop smiling. I'm loving every moment.
I love doing stuff like this. This is really where you can bond with nature, feel free, see what you're made of, and spend the time with great people. There's nothing better.
Today's always a learning experience about what one can do personally, seeing what others can do with their perseverance, and wonderful to see friends supporting each other. And why I decided to do this? Come on. Come on. Come on.
Come on! Come on!
And now we walk all the way down that by walking those switchbacks. Yes. We go all the way into that valley and then like twice that distance, and then we're done. Woo!
Everybody made it over Col de Seine into Italy successfully. And I think we all agreed that walking into a different country feels so gratifying. I mean, we did that. We walked into Italy from France. And our reward was the food. Now, Italy is known for a lot of things, but the food in particular is a huge, huge point of interest. And yes, we did end up with our big plate of pasta at the end of the day.
But we're going up there. We're going to the top. To the top, baby. Straight to the top. Right, Matthew?
Yes, sir.
Right.
It's raining.
Where are we?
We just left Courmayeur, so we've gone up above the clouds. Now we're in the clouds. We're about to go through a valley or a ridge walk. so
We're
we
gonna
can see a valley. It'll be very pretty.
we're gonna go up and down and up and down and up and down. A cloudy cloud. And this cloud happens to also be raining. It's a rain cloud.
If you couldn't tell, day 4 was all about riding the high of being in a different country.
Bus station makes me feel I'm on vacation.
There was rain and I had no rain jacket, and so I was wet and I was cold for about 2 hours. A grand time. I had a great time is essentially what I'm trying to say. The third and fourth day, I've had a ball. I was woefully unexpectant of how difficult it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like a little stroll in the park with a couple inclines, a little decline, and some nice food at the end. It was not. It's a lot of incline, and then a lot of decline, and then more incline, and then maybe food, if you're lucky.
Oh no, my wine!
Sad days for Mia.
It's okay. There have been days where I spilled wine and I wasn't in Italy. And I would tell you guys more, but honestly, it was just a really good vibe.
It's been luxurious, I would say, extravagant. It's been an adventure. We climbed a hill, kind of meandered through the pastures maybe a little bit. We got rained on a little bit because we found Sean's trail name.
Okay.
We did. So Sean developed an affinity?
An affinity. He's developed an affinity, really.
And what is his new trail? Wait, 1, 2, 3. His new trail name is?
Porky.
And because Sean will tell you he has eaten nothing but ham and bacon for 8 straight days, which is slightly unusual for a Jewish guy.
Only slightly.
Only slightly.
Only slightly.
I always say that the first 5 days of a trail is incredibly difficult, and I think that rang really true for most of the people on this trek. Everyone was finally up to speed and getting their trail legs. Today, we'd wake up in Bonatti, a famous refugio in the middle of remote Italian Alps. We were ready to take on Switzerland.
I wonder if you even notice me yet. Oh, just wanna be
Yo, girl. We left Bonatti, and now we're walking to La Folie.
Oh, let me tell you a little bit more about Sean and his parents. Patrick and Susie had successfully adjusted to the trail, finding their own pace and way of doing it. While Sean, well, actually, let's have him explain it again.
Honestly, this was my favorite day of the whole trip. I'd gone into a really good rhythm with my hiking and had also figured out how to manage my diabetes well. Everything had clicked for me. I was truly just on top of the world. Not only was it a beautiful hike the whole way, but I had also convinced the rest of the group that they didn't need to hang back and wait for me, so I was able to walk at my own pace guilt-free. I love the people I was walking with, of course, but there's something magical about walking in nature on your own. A tasty pocket sandwich at the top of the pass definitely didn't hurt either. These flowers. Some like Swiss flower fields in the grass, that's cool. I don't know. Pretty neat. Hello. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be really fun if that's just every house.
It is.
Come on.
Today we'd be strolling through a Swiss valley, going through what me and my dad like to say, Swiss-ass villages.
Oh, you're in Switzerland with your baguette.
Switzerland
with a baguette. A baguette in a backpack. It's Switzerland.
No, really. This part of the trek is otherworldly. There's a lot of really bizarre sections that are almost too difficult to explain to someone who wasn't there. And anyways, today was for siestas. Since there was no pass, today we would finally walk in a conga line and stick together. This felt somewhat like the sound of music, I guess you could compare it to. Need I say more?
Hey, Carl's ankle's feeling better.
The ankle has been healed. We're going to the market in Champelloc. And buy food. Because that's all we do.
Maybe Mia buys a new shirt.
Maybe I buy a new shirt.
Maybe.
I'm sweating a lot. Since Sean and his family had finally come to their full hiker selves, we were ready to get moving. And moving fast. Especially Sean.
Yodelay. Hi, Mom.
Hi. We just went down the wrong route. Now we're bushwhacking, just a tad.
This might be electrified.
Might be electrified?
Thank you.
I did see a few car batteries here and there. What's out there?
My brother and I are well known in the group as being pretty fast. So we usually summit before the rest of the group. But today, Sean led the two of us all the way up to the top of the mountain. So for him,
I flashed a mountain.
for the first time,
Well, technically, I flashed up to a pie shop. Who's not going to stop at the pie shop?
that meant that Sean had just hiked 7 miles, 3,500 feet of incline continuously, so without stopping, worlds away from where he started his trek. "100%. I quickly learned that hiking with this many people was not very lonely, but in the same sense, I kind of missed it, and I really enjoyed the few moments that I flashed a mountain ahead of everyone else and got to enjoy my cake. And Sean was never that far behind.
Col de Balme. 30 minutes.
Either way, everyone was setting their own pace, including my brother, who I don't think I fully introduced to you, so let's take a moment.
Mont Blanc, 2025. I felt many feelings. I saw many things. I met many people.
I laughed, I cried.
I laughed. Is this a religious experience? Could be for you. But this sandwich is sorry, let me reiterate. This sandwich is a religious experience. Mont Blanc.
My brother, who plays in a band, is a bit of a freak of nature. He never trained, never cared to hike, even when I did my long distance treks, but somehow beat everybody on this trip. So maybe it's the genes.
I've been told that there were ladders on this trip, but lo and behold, the next path is about 4,500 feet total in elevation, and I'm being told that only 500 to 700 feet of that is actually ladders. So that's slightly less than a quarter of ladders. Use food on hike.
Okay. Please. Get into the supermarket. For those of you wondering what our diet looked like at this point, it mostly consisted of a baguette with some sort of side. So every town we woke up in, we'd buy one.
Hey guys, we're starting Trailer Champs.
Trailer Champ up the ladders.
Going up the ladders.
Lac Blanc. Today was a time to celebrate. We were entering one of the most popular sections of the TMB. Bonjour.
We're about halfway up to the legendary ladder section. And I almost wimped out this morning, but then I wimped in. So
And now we're here.
I think I'm gonna make it. So I'll see you at the top.
My dad has a crippling fear of heights, and I think I inherited a bit of it.
Ladders. Don't be scared, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Make no mistake, this part of the trail was pushing my limits. Not from a physical perspective, but the eerie fog mixed with my fear of heights made this for a tough climb. The latter section of the TMB naturally reintroduces you to Chamonix, France. There's a lot of ski infrastructure here and lodges that you can stop at to have a beer and enjoy some lunch. In our case, dippable butter was our core on the trail. For our lactose intolerance folks, like myself, the butter was a bit more accessible than cheese.
It's the last day. It's the day. You gotta finish. You go through the gate.
You like hiking?
Yeah, I like hiking.
You heard it here, folks. We transformed him. He's now a hiker.
All right, Mia. What day is it?
The last day.
It's the last day. What you got there, Mia? Nice.
Cafe Americano.
Cup of coffee.
Today we'd go up a gondola to complete the last section of the trail, which we thought was going to be a huge downhill section back into Laouche. Turned out that there was another pass, and not an easy one at that.
More ladders. Oh.
Today was kind of like a greatest hits of the trail album in the best of ways. When he finishes, we're like sitting right by the arch right now. That'll be cool because he's never done this before. And he went through a whole like arc. Oh!
And back again.
I won't be the first to tell you that this isn't a stroll in the park, but it's so much cooler than taking a train.